very early in their careers. So like when we parked the car and we're walking in, we were hearing J. Cole. And then when we started to walk around the venue, it was Waka Flocka. And then we started to get settled. And it was whoever the fuck was after that. And then as it got dark, everything shut off, and the entire back of the stage were just LED lights. So it was like boom, 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 boom. She loving the crew, like that type of shit.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
Super.
That's
dope.
also like an underrated.
That whole album, he was just running through that album, and it was super fucking cool.
Hey, side note, I'm about to get the dangly earring.
All right, do it
this summer. I think I'm gonna do it.
You got your ears pierced.
I think I'm gonna do it.
I've been thinking about getting my ears pierced and just rocking a hoop.
You know, you
like
should
a
do?
Big hoop.
You should get magnets to see how it look.
No, I ain't a pussy, bro.
I'm just to see how it look though.
I'm just kidding. I'm not actually gonna get my ears pierced.
You should though.
I'm not getting tattoos. And I'm not gonna get my ears pierced.
For you, that's like getting a haircut, G.
No, it's not.
Getting a fresh line.
No, it's not.
Oh yeah, I forgot it's a tan. Huh?
Simply not.
It's a tan.
What about the tan?
You get the summer tan. So what you get the summer tan?
I've been in the booth.
Because that's what he said. He said the tan is like his shit.
Oh yeah, you did say that. Yeah, it is my shit. Yeah.
All right, Pat.
Okay.
Welcome, everybody. 35. Almost forgot our name. 35.
And we bet.
Episode 7. Right?
8.
No, episode 8. That's right. Episode 7 is now live. New year, new goals. Go listen to us as we just open up the new year. About what we want to do for this year with the podcast and our personal ideas. Thanks for the support. And as always, I'm your boy, Gerard. We got Keith and we got Todd. Cowabunga, dude. And we back at it. New year. We acting consistent now.
Chill.
What's the move, y'all? How was y'all week?
Man, it was lovely.
Sensational.
That makes one of us.
Man, I
don't know how Gerard feels, but
work week's been great. Been getting done at like 1 every day. 1:30, 2 o'clock. So more time to spend with my kid.
Love it.
Me and his bond has grown.
Well, he's moving around now too.
Yeah, he's walking, man. I just out of nowhere.
How proud are you?
I cried. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I love it.
I cried because like but here's the thing. He's been wanting to walk since like 2 months, and once he learned like how to just get up, it was like over and done with. So then he just started walking, and then now dude just be walking around. I'm like, fam, he was like 9.5 months, so I was like, about to be a super athlete.
Did you send a video to your mom and be like, and ask her when you started walking?
My mom said I started walking at 7 months.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was like my timeline. Like he was born in March. I wanted him to be walking by November. But January is okay too. So
2021.
Yeah, he gonna be like running. He's already he's running now, damn near. Yeah, he's just been fucking growing, man. Like,
do you have a baby book for him?
Of course.
I don't know how common books.
Well, it's not. It's not for me. And then just to know that he's growing like dude's like almost 3 feet. Already.
He was born big though, right?
Yeah, he was huge when he was born, but he's going through a growth spurt right now. Like he was 31 inches in December, and he's gotten taller since then. So, yeah, man, it's weird being a dad, and then like I said, like now that the hell month is over, it's really dope to see like the bond that you have with your child and how easily that's strengthened and all that stuff. So it's cool. Got a lot I want to teach that dude before I die. So,
how old is your daughter now? She's
almost 2.
So you're coming up on the terribles.
She's already into everything.
Yeah.
I don't want to look at it as terrible because I think that just sets a bad
curiosity.
She's very curious, which is awesome. I like the fact that she's curious. So it just brings a challenge of like being really flexible, especially living here in Wisconsin. Like you got to be really creative on like what you can do, especially when that 9 months of our or like 7 or 8, sometimes 9 months of our year is cold. So just kind of constantly always being creative on like what she can do and what she can get into,
keeping her stimulated.
Yeah, because I mean there are unfortunately there are kids that like can't do that or don't have the brain capacity to think about like getting into stuff. So for parenting, it makes it really easy. But I would totally rather have a child that is curious. So when I do get frustrated, because parenting is frustrating, and I don't care what nobody says talking about that. Parenting is easy and everything going great. It's
it's not.
It's impossible.
Yeah,
it's not.
So bullshit to those who say that. So like, yeah, when that happens, I have to come back and be like, she could be sitting watching TV all day, which is something I definitely don't want for her. So yeah, she's getting everything, and then but we do stuff like she has gymnastics, she has swimming. So parenting is very expensive, but you have to do it. You got to do it. So
is that I guess for both of you, a question I have is exposing them to a lot. I mean, your son is quite a bit younger, but like, is this something you think about, exposing them to as many activities as possible to see what sticks, or just exposing them for the benefit of a well-rounded growth experience?
Yeah, I do it for the benefit. And whatever she, I mean, because like, yeah, she's almost 2. So what she may like, she may hate in the next week. What she may hate, she might like tomorrow. Like their brains are just constantly flipping back and forth. So I do everything for her experience, even if she's verbally says she doesn't want to do something or she's crying or whatever, we at least try to get through it to try. And that way, like, it was an experience because because obviously she's not going to remember right now, but maybe starting around like 2.5, 3, she's going to start to remember things and probably still actually start to like or dislike things. And even if she like per se hated ice skating or something like that, I also do it for myself because at least I have the experience to know like what it was like to get her ready to put skates on and the right outfit on and things like that. Like I think parents should really think about that as well. Like the process of getting into swimming class or going ice skating or even simply playing basketball in the house, there is a process to get to that point. And if you don't try that process out for yourself, when the kid does say like, oh, I really like basketball or I really like going ice fishing or something like that, you're not going to have any idea like where to start. You know what I'm saying? And that's how people end up spending a lot of extra money they don't have to spend or like, writing it off when they think it's stupid. Like if you just try it as early as possible, it makes it a lot easier for later on.
So you bring I'm quite curious because I don't have
that's questions.
So like you bring up things like ice fishing, like sports are quite easy to get children involved in early on, but like outdoorsy types of activities like ice fishing in the winter or ice skating or in the summertime, more like outdoorsman type of things. Like hunting's a bit extreme for a single digit year old, but
I don't like hunting myself. So.
But those types of things, I guess, have you thought about how introducing your child to that or acclimating yourself to having the knowledge enough to walk your child through those types of things that maybe you didn't experience as a youth and probably not as an adult either, but to give extremely broad range of activities to your children.
So I think I kind of know what you're saying. I think what I think what really helps Gerard and I is that we've worked for a community center, right? So in a lot of sense, we've had to kind of prepare for this moment. We've had to lie to ourselves to be happy about something that we really weren't into, right? But it wasn't for us, it was for the kids, right? So I think kind of that same mentality is taking over into parenting too. It's like, yeah, I may not like it, but like, you know, at the time, these kids are doing something that they would normally not do. I don't want my kid to grow up and live for experiences because they didn't have any as like a child. And that's kind of like what I think about. So let's say, you know, like I really want my kid to like experience hunting, right? Gun safety and all that stuff, right? I may not have the answers to that, right? But being so family orientated, we have family members that are, right? So that's where we can get his knowledge.
You can put them into the situation where they can learn.
Classes, or just like going hunting with his uncles. Or
and you're not opposed to it.
I'm not opposed to it because I can't say something's bad because it's not something that I'm accustomed to, right? Like, God, what were we talking about off mic? Just about stuff of...
We're talking about shoes off mic.
Yeah, but more or less just like, I don't want him to be afraid to do something because I didn't do it, right? Yeah. I don't want to shelter him because I didn't do it, right? Like, I went horseback riding when I was like 8. I mean, I haven't gone since, but like that was super impactful for me, right? I want him to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I just want him to be, you know, it was a LeVar conversation.
Yeah.
Right? And how his entire thing was his kids aren't playing sports for money. They aren't playing basketball for
they're
money.
They're not playing to provide, they're playing for the joy.
Yes. Yeah. Right? And when you have that, that's different. That's kind of what I want my son to do. Is like, if he wants to do something, I want him to be exposed to so much things that he can kind of pick his own lane. And then I will just support him at whatever venture. But I don't want him to be, you know, 20, 21 and then travel. Oh my God, I love traveling. How come we didn't travel? You know, they're not going to answer all these questions, right? It's just like, no, my fiance and I already talked about, you know, try to go somewhere at least like once a year.
So it's something I have to say about travel, but also not to cut you off, but to get your frame of reference. What is it, if at all, do you think about how much exposure your daughter gets to experiences that maybe you may have or did not have, or what you're able to provide, if that makes sense?
Oh, one thing before you go. That's why I want him to go to public school. He's not going to private school. Public school, I think, gives him things that even I can't even teach him or talk about. So, yeah.
Private school, you learn how to do drugs and drink quietly.
All right.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's what's up. Well, you're a better parent than me because I only do shit that I like. I'm gonna say that first off. But I will say that, like, just my personality is I like to do a lot of different stuff anyway. Like, I think that's why a lot of people like say I'm white, because I love going to hit the hills or try to go snowboarding.
Yeah, stop that shit. 2021.
Hey, but it's still here and it's still gonna stay.
Colorism. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, no, for real.
We feel you, but also,
yeah,
I just hate that.
What are you gonna do? Shred some fresh, pal?
Yeah, I'm
exactly.
way to social. That's what I'm saying. So shit.
I'll see you at Tyrol, dude.
All right, bro. Let's go to Cascade.
All right, bro.
I'll pull up listen to Future. But yeah, like I'm into that. Like I like doing stuff like that, ice skating. You know, and again, like I said, being creative about like having a child in the wintertime. So for me, it's not necessarily about that, which is a really good idea. but making sure like, yeah, trying stuff even if you don't like it, just because you don't know what their personality is going to be, because they're not you. They are a part of you, but they are not going to be you. So yeah, do what I love for her. Well, we have Pat for her to follow, but like if I was a top notch, I don't know, tennis player, whatever, would I want her to be a tennis player? Only if she wanted to. Right?
I want Maverick to hoop. I don't care.
And that's fine. That's totally okay. But you have to also be able to accept that fact when he, like, if he says like, I'm not into this, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you gonna do then? So that's where it's definitely important to, hey, do what you got to do. Better parent than me. That's where you have to figure out, like, yeah, that's where the exposure does come in, because you don't know what they're gonna be into or like. But at the same time, like, yeah, I do the things that I do like, but I like a lot of different things, right? But like, you know, making sure that they are able to at least tap into the different things. So like, yeah, travel, sensory, play, music,
even like education and knowledge and stuff like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because I don't play any instruments. I've always wanted to play the piano, but I didn't have the opportunity.
Best tuba player in 8th grade.
Wouldn't that be cool though? Something that like you wish you could play piano and you never learned how, but you wish you could. Wouldn't that be something cool that you and your child could learn together?
Yeah, absolutely.
So like you could foster it that way. Be like, yo, we're gonna go through this together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's why I have thought about that too.
Yeah.
But to my point about that was just like making sure that you touch on every different level, because you just don't know which
to
one
get
they're
the
gonna
curiosities.
Right.
Yes, sir. Exposure is key.
I don't have a point to say on this in terms of the nurturer, but I obviously experienced the nurturing. So like the quickest example I can come up with is I remember whatever that ice skating rink by Oscar Mayer.
Oh, Tenny?
Yeah, near Tenny.
Is that Tenny?
No, not the outdoor one. It's like an actual arena.
Oh, yeah.
I remember going there with the Galligans.
Yep.
Back when like I was super young, and that exposed me to ice skating. So when I got older and my family had season hockey tickets to the Badgers, I had a different type of appreciation for what it was they were doing on the ice. I wasn't a hockey player. I played sports. I played baseball, football, basketball. But we're going to see a different sport that I didn't have any experience on at a young age. Or like we had season tickets from when I was in 2nd grade till I was in college, because I remember coming back one time for a hockey game and my family was there, and that's how I surprised my mom. But like that different type of exposure, it wasn't something I pursued, but it was something I could appreciate later on in life and get like a lot out of watching someone else being able to do it. Because I understood all that, not all, but a lot that went into it. So like I said, I can't really understand the nurturing part of it, but the reception of that is all that you may expose your children to probably will not stick. The majority of it will not stick.
Yeah. But I think it's about.
but you and your child, in and of themselves, can learn something from it, which is, I think, the best part of it.
And I think something that we're not talking. So I've been following the psychologist on Instagram.
I have a problem with that.
And she's like really opened my eyes a lot of stuff. But
I'm not gonna lie, I have a problem with that.
One thing that I think that we're doing is I think that we're we are subconsciously trying to break cultural norms, right? And so when we talk about exposure, right, and expose yourself that we may not be the fondest with.
You can expose.
That's just because we haven't
exposed to things that you yourself weren't exposed to.
Yes, and
I hear you on that.
And it's like, okay, if you didn't like it, cool, but at least you can say you did it. Like, fam, I hated eating bread for 6 years.
Bread sucks.
But
bread sucks.
I eventually liked it, right? But it wasn't something that like my mom.
You like bread?
Now I mean it's okay now.
Bread sucks.
Well, okay. All right.
Does bread suck?
Yeah, it's cooked flour.
Got it.
Oh, cool.
I'm just okay. I'll just let you know.
Dope.
That was it.
I'm sorry.
So no. I think for us, and when you have a kid one day, because I'm sure you're gonna want kids.
My sperm is frozen, so
you will understand the importance of breaking cultural norms. So even just like I wanted to play baseball, I wanted to play soccer when I was little, but I couldn't. So that's not a cultural norm. Well, I should here.
You could have
here. No, I couldn't.
Yes, you could have.
I couldn't afford that.
Okay, that's something to talk about.
Yes.
The barrier of entry.
Yes.
Like hockey itself. I couldn't play hockey. I loved hockey growing up. I couldn't play hockey. The barrier of entry is the cost is way too high.
Yeah. I think to play baseball.
Baseball's cheap. The best baseball players in the country now are from third world countries.
Okay, I'm just letting you know that when I was trying to play baseball, they told me everything I got to pay for. I was like, I can't do it.
No, I hear you. The first year I played baseball, I had to wear size 13 cleats.
Yeah,
I was a fifth grader.
Yeah, I wore 15s in sixth grades.
That was the cheapest. Yeah, but I'm me. I can't fit 13s now.
So all in all, I think it is about breaking generational curses and understanding that everything that we've gone through, our kids don't have to go through, and whatever we got to do to fix that, we'll fix it. So
I like it. Yeah, the reason I brought it up is to kind of learn how it is.
Yeah.
The how it differs between generations with you guys and your children, and what you were exposed to, and how that maybe influences what it is that you expose.
I think inherently, I mean, the same, I shouldn't say not culture because I think it's universal, but I'll say our culture, right?
You speak for yourself, dude.
Well, the saying that I grew up with was, my child will always do better than I did. So what does that mean? And then you can kind of define it however you feel you need to define it. But
yeah,
I don't want my child to have to resort to things I did to feel equal to my counterparts.
Do you think, with that being said, that things we did to fit in, more or less, for lack of a better term, was trouble.
It's trouble.
Do you think that because, I mean, you both are so involved in your children's lives that won't be an issue? That even needs to be addressed? Or do you think that's something at some point you'll have to talk to your children about? That, I mean, obviously it'll differ between the both of you, but talking about, hey, this is my past, and I don't want you to have to experience the same things that I experienced. And laying that out for your children, or do you just think the way the lifestyle, for lack of a better term, that they're raised in it won't be an issue?
I think I mean, this could be, think of LeBron and his kids. His kids.
But, I won't. I refuse.
No, but his kids will never know how it is to grow up like he did. Right? They'll just know the life that they're living now. And then when certain things happen, I'm sure that he talks about it based on his experiences. But like, I'm not going to. For me anyway, I don't know about you, Gerard, but I'm not gonna like tell my kid about my life and all that stuff. It's like
You're not gonna tell your child about your life.
I mean, if he asks about it, yeah, but I'm not just gonna like
Force
come here, son. And when we talk about it, like, no, it's like, no.
He's like Ghost.
I wanna, yeah, I wanna create the life that I picture for him. I'm gonna create, and then
Tell me about the game,
and then he's gonna live that. I can't tell him about the game.
What about you?
I don't have a bad history, so
it doesn't have to be a bad history. It's just different than probably what your daughter will grow up in.
But I take the time to tell my daughter about my past.
Or do you find it necessary? Or do you just think the world
what we live in now,
for the world you create for her to grow up in is enough?
I
guess.
I could be
that's a
speaking
poor way of
very
phrasing it.
ignorantly, so if I am, audience, y'all, let me know, check me. But I think because she's female, that my growing up and my kind of way of being won't really matter to her because, like, I'm a boy, obviously. So, like, it's just we're gonna think different. We're gonna do ways different. You know what I'm saying? We got, we're gonna have different probably emotions around certain things. So I don't think that we'll have that connection. I think that's the connection she'll have with her mom. The only thing that I would share with her that I think is very necessary is to talk about like the mental health within my family. Like understanding, like even if my family didn't have mental health, like understanding what depression looks like, obesity, high blood pressure, whatever those things, like those things, yeah, like run in my family. So like if I saw that happening, then I would probably address her with it. But even if not, if she's older, probably 13 plus, then like putting it in the forefront, saying like, these are things you're probably going to face now, especially like being in middle school and being a young girl going into adulthood. You're probably going to face these things. So if you see X, Y, and Z, we need to have a conversation or let me know and we'll take on the next steps. But talking about necessarily my like upbringing and like what I was interested in or whatever, I don't think she's really going to be really into, again, because we're opposite genders.
At some point, I'm not saying like, yeah, no, you're right.
I think it's one of those situations where you'll cross the bridge when you come to it.
Yeah,
but you're not
the questions will be asked.
The entire, I think
they want to know.
Yeah, the entire thing is you grow into whatever personality you have, and then we will do our best to shape it.
I think especially for like Keith, I think it's gonna be a lot. I think it's gonna be a lot sooner and easy, and it's gonna be a definite for you because you're bred in to be like kind of like how you grew up, like heavily involved in sports, especially basketball. And with living in the city of Madison, where like you get a lot of criticism constantly, he's gonna get double that because it's the same people around. So you're going to have to tell him like how you faced it, how you grew up, or whatever. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you don't necessarily have to tell him every single detail, but since he is going to face so much hate. No, I hope he doesn't. I really, really hope he doesn't.
I hope he doesn't.
There's going to be a lot of criticism. Though. If his path is down athletics the way yours was, he's
going to face it.
From his freshman year, there's going to be articles in With Sports, and that comes with the territory of being year two child. So like that comes with
like indefinite for you. I think.
My thing is, I'm just gonna make sure that like
if that's what he chooses to pursue as well.
Yeah,
true.
Because he could be a fucking theater major.
He ain't got no choice.
Yeah,
he did say that. Yeah. You're right. He's not gonna be no theater major.
No, I mean my thing is
theater playing ball.
No,
he'll be one of them fancy ass theater boys.
I'm gonna make sure that. My biggest thing is I make sure that he's confident in whatever he does. And like understand that, yeah, criticism is gonna come. It's just part of the territory. But you just can't let that get to you. And that's easier said than done. But experiencing it at 6th grade and then coming into high school wasn't anything for me.
Well, that's your job, big dog. To make it easier.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I'll just tell him stuff that people are gonna say.
Have you ever considered like moving away so he doesn't have to face those?
Oh, I consider moving away from Madison like every year.
Don't. If you want him to be athletically superior is the wrong word, but if you want him to athletically succeed or excel, that's the word. Excel. You would rather have him be a medium fish in a small pond than be a medium fish in a big pond.
But also being here can hinder him too.
It could.
And he could be getting special treatment. He can get all this stuff, even though he doesn't deserve it.
But is special treatment actually an advantage as opposed to a hindrance?
100%.
You think it's an advantage?
I am walking proof of that.
It could also be a hindrance.
It's hindering.
Okay. Oh, all right. We're on the same page.
I'm sorry. Maybe I jumped to a conclusion before I heard your question. What was your question?
Could
a special advantage what?
Could the special advantage that he's alluding to? Yeah. Could that actually be more of a hindrance than an advantage?
100%.
And we are on the same page.
But I think in some cases a hindrance and an advantage can play in the same role. Like it can be disguised. Like advantage could be disguised as a hindrance. Or a hindrance can be disguised as an advantage.
I would say 80-20.
Yes.
80-20 being hindrance, 20% being beneficial. Because the beneficial is situational.
But also, I think this is where the role of parental figures comes into play.
That's what I'm saying. Though, like it could be good because he's my son, right? But it could hinder him because he also could possibly get in trouble, and then he not get in trouble with all your Marquise's son. Right. Yeah. So then he learns to live in a fictional world.
But that's also assuming that your son is athletic. He could be a fucking klutz, dude.
Right. Oh, 100%.
And then what's gonna happen?
I'm just saying, in that situation where it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter what he does because if he's here,
what happens if your son is just fucking average?
It doesn't matter because he's here.
What are you gonna foster?
He's here.
I hear you. Well, what are you going to foster?
What do you mean? What am I going to foster?
If your son is just athletically, academically, everything what are you going to foster?
I am going to support. No.
I'm not trying you.
I'm telling you, I'm going to support him in whatever he decides to do. I'm not saying.
What if he can't make a decision on what he wants to do? It took me a long time to make a decision on what I want to do.
That's fine. My job isn't to make a decision for him. My job is to support him in whatever he decides to do. Okay. Now, if he's being a fucking idiot, then I'm definitely gonna sit down and talk to him.
What's that conversation like?
Why are you being a fucking idiot?
That's okay. All right. Nope.
No. It is. It's like there's a lot of opportunities out here, right? Go stick your hand in a pot till something sticks.
Give him to me for a month and a half, and I'll make him wash dishes at my restaurants.
Fam, he's gonna work at like 3. So that's not an issue. Yeah, he's gonna know what like having a job is. So like I'm not worried about that. I think his mom and I both want him to play basketball. There's a very high chance that he may not want to play basketball.
What if he stops growing tomorrow?
Then he stops growing tomorrow.
All right, he can't play basketball. What's your next route of action?
I'm going to support him in whatever he decides to do.
That's it? You don't know what is next? No. Versus basketball, you don't know what's next?
If he decides that, hey, I want to do gymnastics, okay, bet. I'm gonna find.
No, I think you're misinterpreting what my question is. So, you just said you and your fiance both want him to play basketball. 100%. What's after that?
What do you mean? What's after that?
What's after that is just it is what it is, and we'll foster whatever that is. Because like, there's a big difference.
I want him to play basketball. But if he decides one day that he doesn't like to play basketball, okay, cool. I'm going to support him in whatever he likes.
Okay, but how do you understand that is not basketball? Are you going to push basketball and nothing else until you realize that he doesn't want to play basketball? Or are you going to, what is that route to finding out whether or not he wants to play basketball?
Well, that exposes him to everything. Like I said, I want him to play soccer. I want him to play baseball. I want him to play basketball.
But what if it's not athletically? Are you going to, like, there's other routes of exposure other than athletics. Again, is what I'm talking about.
Again, whatever he decides to do, I'm going to support him. We're going to expose him. Again, what we talked about is exposing him to stuff that I wasn't exposed to. So I'm going to expose him to a bunch of stuff. If something sticks, then cool. If he wants to be a swimmer, then I'm going to make sure he's the best swimmer. If he wants to play violin, I'm going to make sure he's the best fucking violin player ever. If he decides that, I want to build computers, bet I'm going to put you in a class and you're going to build computers. Oh, hey, I want to be president. Okay, figure out how he'll get to the path to be president.
I want to be treasurer. If he's president, I want to be treasurer.
Whatever he decides to do, my job is to support him.
What do you think about the Bernie Sanders memes?
Like an old black woman. Disgusting.
The funniest is when he's a first row Lambo, like doing the Lambo leap. There's everybody around him, like he's just like. I'm sorry. If anything that I just said came across as attack, it's just I want to challenge you because you're my friend.
My answer will always be whatever he decides to do. I'm gonna push him and make sure he excels at it.
What if he wants to be my dishwasher until he works his way up to being a restaurant owner?
Well, then he better learn how to fucking wash dishes the best.
And he better.
Yeah. So I'm not worried about that. I'm never worried about that. But he's gonna know what it means to work hard.
I know. He better be a silly goose though if he wants to work with me.
No, I think he's gonna be super overly friendly. I can see that already.
Yeah, he's gonna get in problems like you.
No, I didn't get problems. I was shy. All right,
let's take it.
I was gonna we got a few things to talk about, but Instagram versus reality.
Instagram versus reality. Okay. What's your thought?
Speak on it.
You ever seen like a girl on Instagram and then like
see her in real life?
A few times.
See her in real life and she just don't look nothing like?
Kinda. So there was this one girl that I follow on Instagram. Really pretty girl. But like social media obviously makes that things like tenfold. And one night she actually came into the bar. I was bartending. I was like, wow, that girl's really pretty. Like, she cold, right? And then, so she served at the bar, whatever. She went off to their own thing, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then the following day, I'm on social media. And then, there's a post at church key, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, shit, that was her. So, it does make it look a bit better. In this sense, this girl was actually really pretty. So it was her, but the social media does push it more because I think it's more of the allure than it is of most things that kind of make it look better than what it necessarily is. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just frustrating the fact that you're promoting something so false.
Yeah.
When you see one of these people that sells slim teas and bikini lines from their Instagram page, and then you see them in real life,
but they ain't slim.
They not slim.
But
they should be wearing bikini.
Well, I get what y'all saying. I mean, I think you also should try your best to look at as whatever you think is beautiful to yourself. Because sometimes everybody don't do it on social media for the social media part. They just kind of do it, for whatever reason. What I really don't like is the folks that do really do it for social media and attention.
Yes.
And then when you if you do reach out, you ain't even gotta reach out trying to holler. You can just I said, could simply come to the bar and you'd be like, oh, damn, you're so-and-so from, right, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And immediately they turn up. Yeah, okay, and? You know what I'm saying? basically like
That's what you. That's
Don't try
who
to
you
get
are. Why you acting different now?
right. So that's what's annoying because it's like I'm not trying to get at you. I follow you. Hey, what's up? You are pretty. I ain't trying to. I don't need to get at you. I'm good where I'm at. Anyway, what made you come across this topic? Like, what is it? Something
I brought it up initially off camera.
Well, no, it was the picture I showed you of a little girl
Who looked like someone that brought up this topic.
Yes.
So he showed me a picture, and it brought it. The picture that he showed me reminded me of a person who 1 degree separate.
Go ahead, spit it.
I got another question for y'all because I've been seeing this more and more now, and this is gonna sound.
I'm throwing in ad-libs now for everything.
It's gonna sound sexist, but like I hate it,
Bitch.
Holy shit.
I came out aggressive off rip on my ad-libs.
How y'all feel about
Hump?
No, it is. But how y'all feel about girls exposing dudes trying to get at them in their DMs?
Oh, it's the same thing as we were just talking about with Instagram or social media and reality.
It's not though. It's like yo, I'm trying to I think you fine. Hey, what's up?
Exactly. Just like that's what I was literally just talking about like,
is chivalry dead? Like how do you approach how do you approach a woman in 2021?
Why are you pointing at me?
Because nigga, you don't want a single.
I would just continue on the path I'm on. I'm not particularly a internet pursuer.
Oh,
that has never worked.
I mean, this question.
Nor will I ever think it will work? So
this question can be applied in real life too, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm not.
How do you get a woman's attention in 2021?
Particularly if she comes to me first.
Because you're a wild boy.
Yeah, because I'm quite lazy. Whoa. Okay.
Colorism, but it's true.
Nothing,
it's real.
No, it's not.
You're in. You're what's hot.
No, I'm not. If I was
so he don't take advantage of
my pockets,
but you could.
It'd be entirely different story, but I don't.
But you could though.
But you could.
Probably because I respect women as individuals.
Okay, and that's great. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
I think we all do.
Because of colorism, you are the hot commodity.
No, that's so far. I think dark skins are on top right now.
Exactly. I applaud you for thinking that.
Talk to Danny Lay.
What did you just say? I missed it.
I missed it. Danny Lay. Your girl.
See? She just dropped a light skin anthem. She dating a dark dude.
I heard it was a Skeeter and his baby mama.
It might be. I don't know.
I didn't hear it.
I don't get into relationship dynamics.
What I was saying is,
I'm here for her if she needs support.
Your retrospect on it is like the ideal way of thinking about it, which is what people should really do. But at the end of the day, colorism is still a real thing.
It is.
So us three guys walk into a bar, you two are immediately going to be flocked towards because let me finish. One, you are a light-skinned male, and that is a hot commodity. Two, he is 6'4". That is the appeal. That's what it means to that's what women look for as like.
He's light-skinned and got a baldy and a beard. Gee, that's number. I'm not looking at him 6'4".
Everything. I'm just saying the hot commodity, right up top. Like
that's what they love.
Tell me women don't approach you.
They don't.
He lying.
They don't. They don't.
He lying.
This is thumbnail.
They don't. They approach him. They don't approach me.
No.
Listen. This is also another thing. I get scraps. I went out for many years with him and Ibrahim. I got their leftovers. They were
Crushing. You got Keith's leftovers.
No, his too.
I don't have crush. I was wiped out.
This nigga
Yeah,
is
but
the sickest.
You still had women that were gonna break every bit of that moral. Right or wrong.
Yeah, don't play
Exactly.
yourself.
So, don't lie out here.
I got scraps.
I don't think that's scraps.
I didn't even get scraps. Bro. I didn't even get scraps, bro. I did it.
So you telling me you was sticking more than you was?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
This is why our podcast is going to fail because you lie.
I'm not lying. I'm not lying. How am I lying? How am I lying? I'm sorry, I'm yelling. How am I lying? How am I lying?
Yo, you're light skinned with a beard and you're bald.
Keith, I didn't have a beard back then.
And you know how to dress.
That
Like, by default, you check off 4 to 5 boxes.
I check off a lot of intimidating boxes. Like, who is that 40-year-old that's dressed like a 22-year-old that has the body of a 13-year-old?
No, who's that light skinned dude with the beard and a freshly shaved head walking in with ball
Bruh,
jeans?
you know
and
what's
Yeezys
crazy
on?
is he can explain it like that, but the way I remember it, I only had 2 women that would ever talk to me. It took me 7 years to knock down one of them, and the other one of them cock blocked me out of that. And then
So the 2 women that gave you attention were friends.
Yeah.
Well, that's never gonna. It's
And
usually
you
never
knocked
works.
down friends.
I knocked down friends.
So
I'm a dirty nigga.
So let's go back.
See,
Because to initially start, they both were very into you. What happened was
No.
Let me finish.
No,
Let me finish.
No, because you started
Let
it
him finish. How you
incorrectly.
gonna interrupt the
Let me
man?
finish.
Let him finish. Dude.
Because
you don't want to admit it. No, let him finish.
He's sick.
Yeah,
Because you
he's
started
sick.
it incorrectly.
No, he didn't.
Let me finish.
Let him finish. Dude.
They were into you. They did not pronounce that at first. They pronounced it to each other. So they had a bond.
No, they weren't friends with each other. These are 2 separate things.
I just said they were friends. You said yeah.
Oh, no, they were friends of mine.
They knew each other, so
They knew of each other, but they did not get along.
Okay, so continue this.
What?
You said it took you 7 years to knock down one. Women didn't approach
It took me
you.
7 years to
but
knock
he
down
could have
one.
knocked down both of them.
Well, he did knock down one of them.
But he could have knocked down both of them, though.
I could have, but the other one blocked me.
That wasn't your only opportunity, though.
It was my only opportunity.
I don't think it was.
Yeah, because every other time you were knocking her down.
I only
Sick
knocked it down.
ass.
I only knocked it down once. What are you talking about?
Yeah. That was it. That was my only other opportunity. You took it from me, bro.
I didn't take her from you.
You
that
fucking
night.
stealer, bro?
I didn't take her from you.
No,
that
you're a
night.
stealer, bro.
Say what you want. I didn't take
All
her.
right, I'll say what
She
I
came
want.
up
You
to
a
me.
stealer, bro.
She came up to me, G. She approached me and threw it on me.
Listen, y'all throwing it on me like, oh, yo,
No, we
got it like that.
We just
I'm
want
not a part of we. I'm a part of me.
we just want
all
you
I
to
know is-
accept your privileges of being light skinned.
I didn't, and the privileges that I have different privileges than what it is that you throw up
Light
upon me.
skinned. God, they look at you.
Listen,
They look at you as soon as you walk in.
they don't.
Distressed jeans, all white tee.
Those are things you wore.
Just because you don't accept it.
Doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
Right.
Okay, here's
I've
all right.
seen
Well,
it.
then here's my rebuttal to y'all.
Okay.
When have you seen it?
St.
work
Patty-
for me?
St.
When
Patty's
have you
Day, then.
seen my lack or
St. Patty's Day.
What's the opposite of black? What's the
I'm
opposite of
ready.
black? What's the opposite of black?
The opposite of black?
Yeah. What's the opposite of black?
Well, something positive. Black is, I think, negative.
No.
Nope. Black is definitely negative.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
anything
Positive. So that's the opposite of positive. It's the opposite.
No, I get that, but the my lack and or presence of melanin worked in my favor. Because you're saying because I'm light skinned, I had
St.
all
Patty's
these
Day.
privileges.
St. Patty's
What
Day.
are
St.
these
Patty's
Day.
privileges that I've had?
all
St.
throughout the
Patty's
time we
Day.
worked together.
No. Specifically, what were they?
Let him know, G.
Specifically, what
I'm
were
not gonna
they?
put out people's names. But what
You
I'm
wanna
gonna
s-
say is
You don't have to.
Specific.
You can say what
Let
you
me
have to
finish.
say.
Let him finish.
Dog, this nigga.
at least, and it's probably more, at least 40% of our female staff.
That's a lot.
Yes, it is.
40%. Where did that percentage come from?
Look.
Like I said, I don't know if it's right on
I'll let
the
you
record.
finish.
I think
I'm
it's
sorry.
more.
I'm
See, I acknowledge
40% of our female staff when we work together. And this is talking about rotation. So we're talking about women that were there, got fired, got hired, that quit, you know what I'm saying? All throughout the time we were there, because obviously there was a lot of rotation, asked about you.
Don't ask me.
Okay, plenty of people have questions.
Don't nobody ask about nobody unless you want to know about somebody.
Hey, is that guy 40? That's a question.
That's not the question I got.
I don't know what question you got.
Okay, you want the question? I forgot to give you the question.
Yes.
The
sir.
question is, tell me about TK.
He's 40.
What's up with him?
Fuck out of here.
What's
Nigga,
up with TK?
That was your answer.
No, it wasn't.
What was your answer?
My question was like, what do you want to know?
I don't know. He's shrimp dick and maybe Indian.
I don't know about your dick size.
We don't care. Or know
Yeah,
about
that don't
size.
faze me at all.
Listen, I'll need both of you ganging up on me at once.
Well, we're gonna
This-
get into it so
this
you
guy-
can accept your purpose.
His ad-libs is sick. His ad-libs is sick. Oh.
Just accept your privilege. We had to force her to accept his privilege, so you got to be forced to accept
Yeah,
your privilege.
yeah. No, I hear you. I
Wow.
hear you. So that's a very minute level of privilege.
No.
Well, but the thing we're not
I've had
talking about.
7 years of privilege.
We're not
with this
talking
guy.
about an overall of life privilege. We're just
Yeah, you
saying,
give me
especially
a
with women,
very-
you have a very
When we
high
walk
privilege.
into a bar, it's you.
No, I don't have a very high
It's
privilege.
you, and then it's me, and then it's Sherrod.
Yes,
And then it
No,
drops.
you did
No,
not
stop,
just
stop,
say
stop,
yes.
stop,
You did
stop.
not.
Listen,
Did you hear what he said?
Listen.
I am.
Listen.
I understand now.
Can I
He said it's
Can I
me,
finish?
then him, and you.
Can I finish?
Yes. Go ahead.
Have you?
It's you, then me, then him, and then once he starts talking to him, then I go to third.
That's a lie.
How
That's
am
a
I-
major lie.
Gee,
No,
I'm
it's you, him, me.
it's not.
Yes, it is.
That's
All right.
so-
Ask the viewers.
Let's think about this. All right. Yeah, viewers, comment below. Who would you rate as from 1 to 3? Ty, obviously being first. Keith.
Just sway the voters.
I'm not persuaded anybody. They have their own thought.
All right, Trump.
Who if you walked in a bar and you saw us standing, who if you had to, that's fucked up. Don't call me a Trump. Who would you walk up to first to try to get their number? Anyway, back to the story at hand. Let's see if you ask this question.
My skin has never
Color
been
is-
Let's
privileged.
let me finish. Let's ask this question.
Let me finish.
Honest. No bullshit. You ready?
If he shuts
you
up,
ready?
if he shuts up,
I'm not saying nothing.
Because he knows
I'm
coming.
sick of it.
He knows coming. Ask this question. No bullshit. How many employees did you knock down?
Where?
Or how many coworkers did you knock
The
down?
fact you
Where?
have where is
Doesn't
enough.
matter.
It doesn't.
How
No,
many
no.
General?
coworkers did
He
you
answered
knock
the
down?
question.
How many
I don't-
places have I worked?
A lot.
All of them.
All your coworkers you knocked down?
No, not all of my coworkers.
But every place you worked at,
Four.
you knocked down a coworker.
4.
Out of
No,
all,
that's a lie.
out of all
that's
your
a lie.
jobs, how many people have you smashed?
4.
That's a lie.
How is that a lie?
You want to because automatically I can
Try
tell
it.
you about
Just try to be modest.
I can tell you about Outback. I can tell you about Madison's. You talked about yourself about at least 2 or 3 from.
Oh, I forgot the last one.
Oh,
You try me on my numbers.
that doesn't negate what I said because at the end of the day,
Yes, it does.
I was still approached. No, because I was still approached by folks who always ask, "Tell me about TK."
Me too.
We all know what the fuck that question.
No, you
means.
weren't.
We know what the fuck that question means. Madison's a totally different story because you locked that up for yourself.
On phone.
On phone and Gray.
That's why I worked there.
Why
Exactly.
did you work there?
Exactly. Because you knew you could pull girls.
To not date.
No, to date
date.
her. That's
Nigga,
why
you
I
didn't know
worked
her
there.
until you started working there.
Yes, I did before. I asked Marquise, show me who works there. I said her.
Oh.
Yep.
I don't believe it, but okay.
Keith, am I lying?
The confidence he had to pull her though.
Am I lying? But Keith, am I
Dark
lying?
skin. Dark skin ain't
Because
tried.
did she ask you about it?
No, not before I showed up there. She asked after.
Actually, I'm like, no.
But did I not ask you who works there? And
You did.
I said her. Yep. No, here.
She called.
Yes, but here at
Right.
the end of the day, he was getting all the attention.
I wasn't.
I got a lot of attention
You
from
got
gays.
Gee, they was ready for
From
you.
the gays?
Yeah. I hang out with I'm cool with the gays, bro. Me and the
You ever
gays
been
be
to a gay
vibing.
bar?
Yes.
I've been to a gay club.
Yes. Dude, one of my best friends is
I
gay.
got scared though.
I can't say one of my best friends, but I have a very good friend that's gay. And I rock with that dude,
One of
bro.
my best friends is gay.
He be knocking down shit all the time, bro. He is savage.
So you admit that you have light skin privilege?
I will not. I will not.
Even though the girls are thirsty over here in Chicago?
All right. All right. If you want me to admit having light skin privilege, I will just as much so claim having light skin disprivilege.
What is light skin disprivilege? Speak about it.
Not being able to fit in
Oh,
any society.
I'm okay. I want to be clear. I'm not saying being light skinned is this ultimate. This is where colorism comes in.
That's what it sounds like.
I understand that, and this is where colorism comes in, and this is what sucks because when I say that, when I talk about the positives of it, yes, it may come off as like it's just this ultimate goal and things like I wish I was light skinned or whatever. That's not the case at all. But we do have to be honest about our privileges. Like that's just what it is. If you notice a privilege of mine, I may fight about it, but I will take the opportunity to like actually think about it and say like, oh yeah, maybe. But
I guess what I have to say is that I haven't noticed any privileges in and of themselves because of my skin color. I've noticed many disadvantages, many of which being I am neither accepted in any of the extremes. In any, I appreciate
Not with the ladies.
very much so. Even very much so with the ladies. Even very much so with the ladies.
You really think so?
I've experienced it.
You be piping
So-
down.
What? And this is
Pipe 'em
something
down.
I've experienced and have kind of been cognizant of later in my life is
Pound
that,
town.
will you let me finish? It has nothing to do with towns of pounding. Is
The
that
rest of them guts.
I have been very much so cognizant of
Freak man.
the freakies.
Thrust in them guts.
Understanding that relationship in any capacity with a white woman should not feed into a fetish. And I think that a lot of white women that romantically I've been involved with have had some sort of a, for lack of a better term, melanin fetish. They've been into black men, whether it be defiance to parental figures or a type of exotic person nature.
I
And that,
definitely agree.
as I've gotten older, I've learned to recognize and understand and very much so distance myself.
And I definitely agree with that. So maybe I shouldn't use the word privilege. Maybe I should say it's the word advantage. You just have an advantage with women when we walk into a space.
I don't see it that way, but also I
You're
could
thinking
be,
about it on a more educated level.
but also my view of advantage could very much so be obscure because I walk into a lot of places with
You
men.
also don't see you for who you are through other people's eyes.
And another thing I will fight about that is that, I mean, look at his shirt alone. Like, yeah, if you walk into a space and you are known to be an athlete, of course you're gonna get more play. Like that's just kind of the society we live in, especially when it comes to during times of college. But being an ex-player, being in the late 20s, beginning 30s or whatever, we walk into a space now. It's not gonna be weird unless if you're around the same people that you're around during that time. Because nobody knows, they'll assume that he's a basketball player for sure.
He did something. He wears Wisconsin something every day.
Do you coach for the Badgers?
Ew. Are you? I know you from somewhere.
Right. So
That's white people everywhere.
lot of
that's
people
going to
don't.
be the case. But during this,
Here's where I'll admit my advantage.
Okay.
Division I college athlete.
Drip God.
Division I college athlete.
Drip God.
He and I,
Drippy, drippy.
will you let me speak? He and I have walked into the same bar. Every question, not every question, one question. asked every time.
Do you play sports?
Do you play sports? Are you an athlete? Are you? I know you for. You know who asked that? To him. Me? That is an advantage I have. Sit back.
You know what I get asked?
Let him say the heat.
What's up with TK?
Because every time they'll be like,
it's a recurring.
be like, are you an athlete? He's like, yeah, I played that.
I don't say that. I don't say that. I don't say that.
I was there. I've been there.
I don't say that.
And that is the icebreaker.
I say I played tennis.
Keith.
Or track. That's my go-to. It's always been my go-to.
Track ain't no better. Actually.
You're not fast enough or quick enough to play either of those sports.
You can't be me either.
I could. Okay. My hips are so much better than yours. My knees are better than yours.
So you can't beat you in tennis?
No.
I 100% could beat you in tennis.
Probably tennis. That's it.
Yeah, I think you would be trash in tennis.
That's it.
Dude, you have no linear mobility whatsoever. Your legs would fall apart.
That's it. Never that.
You look like a vacuum without 3 screws.
Never that. He could be in basketball.
You back like a turtle.
He could be me. He could be me in football.
You look like Patrick Mahomes.
The only thing he'll beat me at is in baseball.
That is dirty.
Is that too soon?
That was too soon.
He'd only beat me in baseball.
I definitely would trash your ass in baseball.
And possibly tennis.
He would definitely beat you in
tennis, baseball, anything with a racket. Anything where you have to go side to side.
Oh, I can go side to side easily.
No.
Shuffleboard.
Shuffle, no.
You ain't got the hips for shuffleboard, bro.
I have hips for shuffleboard.
Dude, we should do the test to figure out how old your joints are.
We can do it.
That joints will be way older than mine. And I'm older than both.
Yes, your joints would be younger than ours.
Yes.
But his would be.
Mine would be 35.
Years past 70.
Ty, you can't beat me in a race.
Case, we've done this before
no,
and I beat
you. Can't beat me in a race.
We've done this before when I was blackout drunk and I beat you.
You can't guard me in football.
You
can't
punched
beat
me
in basketball.
You punched me in the lip and I was bleeding and I was still faster than you.
You did not beat me ever.
Yes, I did.
You've never beat
yes,
me.
I did.
You've never come
I had you
me.
locked down, Keith.
Keith, I bet
we don't have to talk about it in public.
I bet you a pair of Yeezys.
All right, I bet you a pair of Yeezys. I have you on wait for it. Apps. You're not getting anywhere. You could get where you want to be, but I guarantee you I'll be on top. You see me? I'm looking back at the ball. Okay. You know why? Because I'm on top. What are you going to do? Run a comeback?
When it's
stupid. Run a go. I'm on top. Every time. I'm in your pocket.
Are you serious?
I'm pulling out all the cash from your pocket. What little is there?
I bet you a pair of Yeezys. I bet you a pair of Yeezys.
No, I bet you my pair of Yeezys.
I can't fit your Yeezys, so that makes no sense.
Okay, well then why would you get a pair of Yeezys?
A brand new pair of Yeezys.
No, we'll put money in a pot that can afford a pair of Yeezys.
Or I just buy you a pair of Yeezys.
No, well, that's stupid.
It's not stupid.
Why would you buy a pair of Yeezys in your size when you're going to lose them? And I don't want a pair of Yeezys in size 14.
If I lose and I have to buy you a pair of Yeezys.
That's why I'm saying we put money in a cash out pot and then the winner takes the cash. And then I'm going to buy Bitcoin because I don't need any more Yeezys.
Bet. That's a bet. Mark it down.
Dude, Keith, you are 30 with a child.
Okay.
You're not what you used to be, Marquise.
And
Marquise, okay. You are not what you used to be. I hear you and I love you and I care about you.
Sorry.
You are not what you used to be.
Got it. When it's hot out.
Keith, you look like you coached the kids that used to be what you
What were we thinking, May?
No! You tomorrow!
We can go tomorrow.
How many months do you need, old man?
We can go tomorrow.
Keith, you have gray in your beard.
We can go tomorrow.
All right, let's do it tomorrow.
There's no field.
I'm not worried about fields. We can do it on concrete.
Okay, get a quarterback.
No, we're not even talking about throwing passes. I'm just going to be on top of your route. I don't want to embarrass you that way.
Ty,
It's just me and you running around.
Ty,
We know who's covered and who's not. We know if you're open. We know if
I'm not
you're
running
not.
routes without getting the ball thrown to me.
See, and now we have variances.
That's not
stipulations.
That's not a very
No, you run your route. I cover it.
I said get a quarterback.
No, what we're talking about is speed and athleticism. You run your route, I cover it, or I don't. That's it.
I'm pretty
we
sure,
don't need a ball involved.
I'm pretty sure.
We understand if you're open or if you're not.
I have a question for you. So when you're guarding someone,
I have an answer for you. It's called coverage, man to man.
So
cover zero.
When you're guarding someone,
no, when I'm guarding you,
what are you doing?
You're locked up.
What are you doing when you're guarding someone?
I'm locking you up.
You are going off their
reaction. I play offense. I don't cover people, but I'll cover you.
You're gonna lose.
And I'll have you locked up.
You're gonna lose.
Case, we've done this before.
No, we haven't.
Yes, we have.
When?
It was right in front of a City Bar on State Street. And I was on your ass. I was in your pocket. I was pulling cash out of there.
Got it.
Pulling cash.
We can do whatever. We can do whatever.
Keith, you're literally 34 now.
I'm 46 and I'm about to spank that ass.
Keith, you could be 24. Your joints are 98.
It does not matter.
I'm in your pocket.
My hands still work. It don't matter.
Yeah. Throw them around. Throw them.
Okay.
Hit me high, get low, do a swim, do what you got to do to get outside. I'm still going to be on top.
You sure?
I am younger, quicker, and more agile than you.
You thought so, huh?
Dude, for life.
Oh, I cannot wait.
All right, let's do it right now.
Let's do it right now.
All right, let's do it right now.
Find the street.
Right now.
Find the street.
Down the street.
It's all snow.
Sherman.
You got cleats?
Down Sherman. Why do I wear cleats? I wear my dunks.
On concrete.
Because my entire street is all snow, and on Sherman is entire snow.
I don't need cleats. I wear my dunks. I won't tie them either.
Ty, we can race.
We can. I've literally been waiting 6 years to race you, dude.
Okay, whatever you want to do, let me know. It's not.
Dude, it's nothing to me, dude.
Got it. All right. So we got that set.
It's set.
What's the next subject?
I don't know. Yeah, let's just say basically the whole 30 minutes of that one. We can restart this shit.
We got 15 minutes. I gotta go sleep.
Thanks for rocking with us.
Always.
IO, even though I'm a Badger fan. 35, episode 8. Thank you for chilling with us. This has been fun. Comment, like, subscribe. YouTube.
Dude, 500 subscribers. Get some prizes and shit.
We can't use any of that, huh?
Can't use what?
The last 30 minutes.
Okay, that's just gonna be random, but is it? But yeah, once we get 500 subscribers, we got some prizes to give away. So if you watching this, if you taking the time, just go ahead and subscribe. It won't do you no bad. All you gotta do is go ahead and subscribe.
Yeah, tell your friends, tell everybody.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't really like us, you don't really gotta watch the videos. You just, subscribe to us. You know what I mean?
It's a little racist if you don't like us.
You know what I'm saying? You don't like light skins.
No, but we have privilege.
You do have privilege.
You do.
So it's racist if you don't like Darcy.
Hey, people hate me all the time. I understood that mom.
I second.
My mama told me
this
that.
For the haters.
He got privilege, but that's all good.
He got it. No, he don't.
No, I got privilege. I know I do. So it's
privilege gang.
But all right, we out. Love y'all. Peace.
I can't believe you think Brett Bielema was a winner. Marquise, all right, show me.